Hello, my name is Parker, and this is my Enhancement 7 video. So just to start, we're going to show you the client update view. And before we do anything else, we're just going to test the HTML, good to go, and test the CSS, good to go. Okay, so now I'm actually just going to go into my code. We're going to go into the accounts controller. And we're going to show the three case statements that were added. First one, very simple one, if we can find it. Oops. Okay. Okay, update view. That's the action. The name value pair is the update view. And what it does, it gets the client data, and then it includes the client update.php view. And I don't know if I did that right, but the reason why I did that is so that it could have that data to put it in the already put it into the views for the password, or not the password, the first name, last name, and email, so that it's already there. Next case statement was if you wanted to update the account. So if you change something and you clicked update, it takes in these variables. It also grabs the client ID just from the session. It checks the email, checks for an existing email, and so we say if the client email is not the same as the one that we're currently logged into, then we'll test if there was already an existing email in there. And if there was, we'll say, hey, email address already exists, try a different one. And then I added a new if statement here. That's just saying if the first name is the same as the session, last name, and email, then and you hit the button, then it's just going to say you have not changed any information. So then we will call our update account function that we called, which I'll show. And we say, hey, if there's something in there, then we'll say update successful, and we'll basically update the client data and then show the admin view. If it's not successful, then I'll say sorry, but the update failed. Then the last one is the update password, very similar, except for it's just a password that it's taking. So we say, hey, please adhere to the password rules and try again. If it didn't get the check password successfully, then we hash it and we call our password change function, which I'll show you, which just takes the hash password and the client ID and does the same thing. If password change had something happen to it, then we're going to do all this fun stuff. If not, we're going to say sorry, it didn't work. So there's all of that. So basically, if we look into the accounts model, we'll see the functions I was talking about. So we have this update account function. It takes the three that we need plus the client ID. And it basically just says we're going to update clients and set first name to first name, last name to last name, email to email. And at the end it says where client ID equals client ID. And then we do the bind values to make sure they're bound to the variables that were passed through. Then we execute it, do the row count, return rows changed, and that way we can test it. Same thing with password change, except for it's just a password we're testing. So it's just update clients where or set password to password where client ID equals client ID. And it binds those values, executes, row count, all that fun stuff. And we use the check existing email. The one other thing that we use is to get the client info. We had one that used the email to get it, but we created one that used the client ID to get it, which does the exact same stuff. But this time, all you need is the client ID and not the email. So there is that. Let's see. Okay, so there's that. So it checks for client data. So in the accounts controller, we already kind of went over this, but you'll see that it checks the password right here, check password, and then it uses our check password function. And if that wasn't enough, we also have if we go here, we have the client side pattern checker for the password too. So you have both of those. So now we're just going to go in and do an actual update of an account and see what we can do. So I'm just going to change the email to elder@gmail.com, leave my name the way it is, update account. It says Parjone's logged in. You'll see that the email is now this. So that is fun stuff. If I just want to go in here and I don't change anything and I do this, it says you have not changed any information. So that's fun. And then let's update our password as well. So I will update it and just make a small change to it. Update password. Password successfully changed. So let's test that. We're gonna log out, go back in, and this one was just elder@gmail.com. And now I'll do my new password and log in. Good to go. So, yep, that is my Enhancement 7 video, and yeah, hope you enjoyed.